President, thank you so much for joining us on this special day, in a way, for the European Union. You've said, finally, you've got this mother of all trade deals. But I wonder if the real value is sort of the optics around it, is to send this message that when there's tariffs all over the place, that's the value of a moment like this.
No, they have a great value from the economic point of view. But perhaps more important is the message that the two largest democracies in the world are sending to the international community. Is that it's important, it's essential to provide predictability, to engage on cooperation instead of confrontation, and that reliable partners can work for good in the world.
So you don't believe this is the end of the multilateral trade system? Many think after the Trumps or the tariffs before President Trump, it's the end.
It's a very important way to underpin the multilateral system. We are living not in the world of blocks, but in the multipolar world. And in this multipolar world, we need to do three things. First, underpin the multilateral system. Second, uphold the international law. And finally, engage bilaterally with the different poles in the world. That's the reason because last week we signed the trade agreement with Mercosur. Now we signed the trade agreement with India, and we continue to work in new trade agreements and new partnerships with the different subjects, with different partners around the world.
And of course, President, you're a very experienced politician, and I know you're going to say you don't like to engage in hypotheticals, just reality. But
then if you know, you don't need to ask me.
But this is where I got to ask. Do you believe, do you get a sense really, in real terms, would we be here today in New Delhi with this agreement on the table, the Mercosur done also in the past month, if President Trump had not been elected and put forward this very aggressive tariff policy?
Well, we started these negotiations a lot of years ago. But of course, when you are living in the unpredictable world, you need to provide predictability to the business, to invest, to produce, to trade, and to give hope and security for the citizens.
And would you say, however, don't mistake politeness for weakness? Some who look at this very polite European Union, it means it's also a weak European Union. Would you say, don't make that because that would be a mistake?
Yes, I don't enter in this game of words. We focus on the reality. And our reality is very simple. We are one of the largest economies in the world, one of the largest democracies in the world, and we have a lot of friends around the world. Friends, partners, allies, and we work with everybody.
And President, I wonder if you could confirm to us, there is now talk that in the retreat that you have called for leaders to have a debate in February, so very soon, Mario Draghi will participate. Is that going to be the case? And is that your personal invitation to Mario Draghi?
As you remember, last year, we start the year in February organizing a retreat on defense. And I invited the Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte, and also the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer. And it was the pivotal moment to improve and focus on our own agenda on security and defense and strengthen our relationship with NATO and the UK on security and defense. This year, we need to do on competitiveness and on our single market what we have done last year on security and defense. That's why I invited Mario Draghi and Enrico Letta to be present in the European Council, to debate on us, to take stock of what we have already done, which their reports, and what we need to do to accelerate and to deliver, to boost competitiveness and to deep and strengthen our single market.
And that's my last question. What do you hope to achieve? Because you talk about the retreat that happened last year that kickstarted the sequence on defense. Do you worry, and is that the reason why you want Mario Draghi and Letta to be in the meeting, that this report is not being implemented fast enough? Are you concerned?
What I expect from the leaders is that they give a clear political guidance to the Commission, to the Council, as they have done last year on security and defense. And this year, on the single market and on competitiveness, we need to create a new momentum to give new impetus on this agenda. As you know, we have invested a lot on simplification, but we need to do much more to deliver and to boost effectively on competitiveness and in our single market. And if you want to underpin our effort on security and defense, we need to have a strong economic base.